Hi guys, and welcome to another instalment of Team Project Life. This month I'm looking particularly at when we have lots of photos. I have been on 2 holidays in March, and I therefore have a whole ton of photos that somehow I need to get in. So the first thing I do when I'm looking at what photos should go into my Project Life and what shouldn't, is I think about what I would potentially do scrapbook pages about, so traditional scrapbook pages as opposed to Project Life. I like to use my Project Life to get in all the little things that I wouldn't do big layouts about. That's kind of my starting point. That's what I look for. Having said that, I've actually already scrapbooked this photo. I'll probably scrapbook these photos. There's 2 there. This one's cute, so I'll probably scrapbook that one too. And I think I've already scrapped this one too, so having said all of that, I may still end up having some duplicate pages, but on the whole the plan was to include all the little things. So I might scrapbook this one, maybe not, definitely wouldn't do that one or that one, probably wouldn't do bowling. Probably not this one either. I've got lots of photos of swimming, so I might do some layouts about that, but might not use those particular photos. So as I say, I wanted an overview of this week. This was a week at Center Parcs, but didn't want to include too many photos that I'm going to scrapbook elsewhere. I'm not sure I've succeeded, but anyway, moving on. So there's a couple of techniques I'm going to look at in this video for including extra photos, and there's a couple of others that I'm going to look at in the next video. This one I'm going to look at creating a couple of pockets and also creating a photo flap. So we'll start with all I've done so far. I started off with my usual plan, which I think I've shown you in every video so far, and I worked out what photos were going where roughly, and then I worked out if I needed any extras. I then just pulled out some cards, not a lot, as you can see. All of my photos pretty much fill my pockets, and then I needed a few to go behind these photos because we could do something different with these ones, but I haven't gone crazy with cards. I've got no pattern papers behind the big photos or cards behind the big photos. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is create this photo flap. My page protector opens so that my photo will slot in this direction. I've actually got 3 photos under here, all of the same thing. They're all cute photos, and they all warrant being included somehow. So I'm literally going to stick one on the back of the other and then make them into a little book. I'd ordinarily open it this way, but as my pocket, the opening is this side, they're going to have to open this way instead. So this photo will slot into the pocket. This one will be hinged, these 2, sorry, will be hinged like that, and that will sit on top of the pocket, and it will open out and then you'll be able to see the other 2 photos. So I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm literally going to stick those 2 together. So they now form one piece. That's my favourite one, so that's the one I want on the top. And these ones I'm just going to hinge together with, I'm just going to use washi tape. I've chosen one colour of washi, this one here, to go on this whole layout. I'm trying to limit my washi to 1 pattern per double layout, just to keep the patterns reduced and the chaos minimised. And I decided to go for turquoise because I've got a few turquoise water, but I've got a couple of turquoise cards there. I don't have any yellow or orange washi tape, and I certainly didn't want to go for grey because that's boring. So I've gone for the turquoisey one. So I'm just going to trim off the ends. That gives me my little book. I would definitely reinforce the inside as well, so I'm also going to add the same tape along the inside. Okay, so there you go, that's my little pocket, my little flap, sorry, for getting in some extra photos. If you didn't want to add 2 extra photos, if you've got just 1 extra, you could either do the same thing and create a flap like this, but just have, you could have the back of the, so you have a photo there and a photo there. This could be a back of a photo, or you could stick it on some white card, or you could put it on pattern paper or whatever. You could write some journaling in there too, or you could include a smaller photo, or a mix of the small photo and some journaling or whatever. So it's just an extra way of adding kind of an extra little page really. So that's the first thing I'm doing there. Then just planning, I've got these 2 cute little photos of my daughter and my friends at the boy drinking baby chinos in Starbucks. That's the first time we've ever done that. So they had to go in, but I wanted to use this space for these 2 photos. Cute photo of a little boy on the swing and my little girl coming through a tunnel, so both at the park. I haven't got, other than the swings here, I haven't got any photos of the park on here, and we spent a lot of time at the park, so I wanted to get that on there, but again I didn't want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought that was a bit too photo heavy. I still wanted, even though I wanted to get lots of photos in, I wanted to still keep a balance of cards, embellishment, journaling, but still have extra photos in too. So I figured I'm going to do pocket. I'm going to try and do a pocket. I'm not very good at them necessarily, so we'll see how it goes. I pulled out this card from this. This is the Sunshine Collection core kit. All of these cards are from. This one is a printable by Sarah Hurley, and this one is a printable I found online. I can't remember who it's by. But this one I decided goes well with both of those. And I'm going to cut off the middle. I don't need the today is. I'm just going to cut those across there. And I haven't decided quite yet. I might put, so the plan is to do that, and then I might put a scallop across there with a border punch. Haven't decided yet, we'll see. But I'm just going to cut that journaling card now. My experience with pockets so far is that the deeper the pocket, the better the photos are held in. I know these are all going to be inside photo pockets anyway, but that's my experience to date. So, however, because of the orientation of the card, this way around, one is deeper than the other. So that one is smaller than that one. So that I'm just going to discard. Well, actually, what's on the back? Oh, there's a bit of orange lines there. I might use that for something later, so I will keep it. So I could either stick it like that, and I have a straight across pocket, and they'll just sit in there, or I could stick that one across like that. Have the curved corners, or I could do a scallop border. I think I will quite like that actually. That one like that straight across, and that one with the corners. I think I will do a scallop on that one and see what it looks like. I'll go with a small scallop. It's scallop dots actually, but it's a really tiny scallop, so it's quite delicate. I'm just going to do that, punch that. Okay, so there's my punched piece. I prefer the look of this one with the more shallow pocket, but as I say, I do find that the deeper the pocket the better, so I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm just going to stick that down. I'm going to have a go at using double-sided tape. I normally stitch my pockets because that way they definitely stay in place, and the photos don't get stuck to the tape inside the pocket either. So I'll give it a go. Okay, I had to trim my photos quite small. All of them started out as 3x4. I've had to trim them down to, I think it's 3¼ by 2¼ basically to give me enough space to add adhesive here. That would have been the same whether I was stitching. I could have gone a bit closer to the edge, I guess, if I was stitching, but I've gone for tape. So, okay, so they sit in there quite nicely. And I'm going to do the same on this one. Okay, so again they sit in there quite nicely. So in order to make it obvious that these are in pockets, I could either write a caption or something on these two pieces here. They're both plain, so I could easily do that. I could make sure my photos were angled like that, which I will probably do, but I think what I also would like to do is make some tabs for them at the top. Now, the only problem with this side of the page is that the pockets open on the other side of the layout. So from here, I won't be able to put my hand in and just pull those up like this. They're actually going to come out from the other side. So somebody's really going to want to see those photos. In order to do that, this side of the page would be much easier. But such is life, they're on this side. So my tabs that I make on for my photos can't stick up past the top of the pocket. So I just need to be quite careful about what I do there. If the pocket was opening on this side of the page, they would just sit over the top of the divider there. So I have this. I don't have a decent tab punch. I've got various labels and things, but I haven't got that tab top punch, unfortunately. So I looked for the next best thing, which I decided was this one. It's by Stampin' Up, I think. Obviously, it's huge. And I said I needed small tabs, but I'm going to just get some blue card, punch it out. I don't know, actually. I need two. So I've got my two tabs. I'm actually just going to cut them in half. Same for that one. I'm going to stick them behind my photos. So they just stick up a little bit. So put that one in there like that. Just going to attach it with double-sided tape again. And I have a pretty edge just poking up there. And then on the photo that's going to go behind, if I have them dead set on top of each other, I still want the other tab to show. So I can either have it right over to that side, or I can have it halfway. I think I'll have it right over to this side. Okay. So there's my two photos with the little tabs on top. They probably look better mounted on white actually. I like the white borders on throughout the whole thing, but I couldn't do that on these pages because they were 3x4 trimmed. So I could have mounted them on white card, but I'm going to leave them myself now. And pop those in there, and I will also actually angle them too. So unfortunately it doesn't show up that well because that's blue and so is the card, but that's what well, never mind. And I'm going to have the same issue on here too, but we shall go ahead anyway. Maybe I should have chosen a different colour card. Perhaps I'll do that. I might see if I can just find some orange. So we've got a bit of contrast there. That's not a bad match. So instead of making you watch me do that all over again, I will turn the camera off and pop back once it's done. Okay, so now I've replaced those two tabs on there with the orange ones, and they look way better. You can actually see them now. So those two little pockets are complete. And obviously my photo flap's done too. So now I just need to go ahead and basically finish up the layout. So I obviously need to put in my journaling and get some embellishment on the go. So first thing I'm going to tackle is this card up here. I normally put a piece of pattern paper behind the die cut piece. So that's my chosen pattern for this week. That's just going to go in there. And I always also put a strip of washi tape at the top with a label and add the date. So I shall go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have finished that card. It's in just the usual style to every other week title card, so nothing particularly massive there. Then I've added some titles with the I've used Glitz Teeny Alphas, Baby Chino across there, and then I've got Park Action on that one, and this was just a filler card, Today Is, and then you're supposed to fill that in, so I've added my own title and then Non-Stop Fun. So that card I'm going to call complete. And those two, although I might write a couple of little bits on there. So now I'm going to move on to embellishing. This card is causing me some issues. I was going to use this for journaling, but I wanted to get in this weather report because it was particularly good weather that week. We were very lucky that we booked an England outdoor holiday, and we ended up with the best week of the year so far. So I wanted to, that's just a screenshot on my phone, so I wanted to get that in and write a little bit about that, but of course that doesn't fit in there, so I'm just going to have to make that work somehow. And I've chopped up some printables, and I've also stamped my camera motif that I'm using in all my pages. That I'm planning to put down here. This is going to be an embellishment piece here, along with that geotag and the word here. I've also got You and Me Equals Us. These two were super cute together all holiday, just adored each other and played together beautifully all the time. A few scraps obviously along the way, but most of the time great. So I want to put a little flag on there. I have this coffee cup motif, which somehow I wanted to include on here, but it doesn't work because of the pocket. So I think I might somehow try and tuck that under the weather report. It's close enough to there that it makes sense, and I'll probably write something about it anyway. Not sure. And then I quite liked ampersand sign and let's get lost. Got a picture of these two clambering over a wooden fence. So I thought I might add something up there in that corner. So I'm going to go ahead and stick all those down. I'm going to also add washi tape in various places. Okay, so I've finished off all of my journaling now. I wrote most of my information in there. I've also added some captions to the photos, just using my Slick Writer pen. So I wrote on here and on here, and I decided I was going to go crazy and write on every one, but I decided that most of the photos were fairly self-explanatory. I didn't really need to write a caption for each one. Like I could have written swimming. Well, that's pretty obvious. So I decided against that, and I've got most of my information in there about, you know, we did bowling, we went swimming, Sophie and Noah were really cute together, we spent lots of time at the park and the swing. So I think most of those photos are actually explained by the writing that's in there, and therefore I didn't need to write too much more on the photos. Again, trying to reduce the chaos. That is Project Life. So I'm going to call that one finished. I'm going to leave it there, and I shall be back with another video. I have a ton of photos for that week, so I'll be back with some more ideas for including additional photos in your layouts. Okay, thanks very much for watching. See you soon.